Hmm?
And pheasant.
Yesterday, so I have a
Turkey.
bunch more pictures.
It means it could be tough calving season when that comes.
It was pretty cute. He's like, I understand.
aggressive.
Arm wide.
Mm-hmm.
And we said it the way you chuckled, like I need to learn how to do it. Never mind.
Is that the
We got the picture.
Yeah. You mean you want a 4 o'clock hee-haw call?
I do.
And a 4:30 or 5.
But
I'm okay with that.
midnight, he's bored. Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one growing up. We were halter breaking steers and we had a hard time getting one kind of follow, so they tied him to a donkey and that steer knocked that donkey down and he got up and just kicked the living crap out of him, bit off half his ear. All of a sudden that steer walked.
He's like, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did you know where that practice started?
Looked kind of funny at 4
I don't know, probably a long time ago.
Down in Texas, when they were bringing the longhorns out of this brush and stuff, they'd go out and they'd catch one, rope it, they'd tie it to a donkey and let it go. The donkey would bring it home.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how it started. That's one of the ways that it started way back.
They're feisty.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ring her down.
longhorns are dangerous animals too.
It's called kick in the ribs, right?
That's it. The donkey would bring it home.
There we go.
I'll be darned.
The mule.
Yeah.
I imagine they lost a couple, but
Yeah.
Yeah. The bull-headed ones? Well, probably wasn't worth bringing home, right?
Right. Took care of two things.
Yeah, took care.
those days were real cowboys.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call the regular Wednesday, September 1st County Commission meeting to order. Shanna has the roll. We have the agenda in front of us. Any additions?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would like to add treasurer's report, being it's the first meeting of the month, please. And on the bottom, I'm gonna like to add employee compensation, and that's just a handout that I'll give you guys to consider. And then I want an update, or I want to have a comment about audit report that we received from our independent auditor. So employee compensation and audit report.
These are just informational items?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Any other additions to the agenda? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Travis?
Aye.
Marvin?
Aye.
Liza?
Aye.
Wayne?
How would I?
Jean, aye. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the August 18th meeting.
I'll move to approve the minutes as presented.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Travis?
Aye.
Liza?
Aye.
Marvin?
Aye.
Wayne?
How would I?
Jean, aye. Review the bills.
Like me?
And as I always say, any commissioner has a question on any particular bill, let me know, pull it aside, and we'll get it answered. Other than that, I'll be signing them as I get them. And just to let the people in the audience know, what we do is we go through every bill. Every commissioner gets to see every bill. So this takes anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes on average.
Take a packet here.
Yeah.
Just this one?
Amazon was busy.
We need that elevator music.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring the soundtrack next week.
Not the Jeopardy music. That would create tension.
Yeah. That's why.
Usually when we address people by their names.
Is it?
Get the right person on,
Yeah.
right face one.
I'll just comment to the board here, we have from Eggers Motors, the blower motors up on our air conditioner up here, trapped. And this is the bill for it, it's $2,500 and some dollars.
What did they do?
They died.
Okay.
They're no longer functional.
They stopped working good.
Yeah.
Okay, they froze up.
That's not German.
Okay.
They froze.
Yeah.
I think we could almost have a North Dakota language, you know, between
Yep.
the German and the Norwegian and.
Travis.
This is way too neat, we can't pay for
Oh, okay. Looks too professional.
Yeah, it just can't be acceptable.
it. Me.
I was at the gun shop the other day, and some guy says, yeah, you go a mile past the corner and a half.
Yeah.
That one was a little new for me.
Yeah.
What do you say?
My grandpa was notorious for, go get the whatchamacallit by you know where, over by that thing, you know. A lot of times you actually, nobody was talking.
I was saying, but did you know?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, then you'd come back. And then you'd be like, nobody gives directions like, that's correct.
I need some help on this one. The fire and rescue, anyhow, they must erect a couple tires and they build it back to the landfill. The bill is.
There was a fire up there a couple weeks ago, that
Yeah.
could be from that.
Yeah.
They went up to do that. I'm not saying that is, but that's
Well,
a
that
good.
that's gotta be what it is. Wouldn't this kinda gone into the insurance, side of things? I mean,
I don't think so, like, do you remember last year when that bridge burned south of Beulah?
Yep, yep.
And, BNSF had to buy the county road new tires
Mhm.
on there,
okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Never-
Good question.
That's a good question.
Just never run across it.
Yeah. You keep doing those questions and I won't have to read so hard.
Well, I knew when it get down to your corner, you'd ask questions.
So who got billed for the tires? We, the county?
Landfill.
Landfill, okay.
It was quite a fire, but
Yeah.
I happened to be in Hazen.
Yeah,
Drove up there when it, drove past it, I should say.
yeah, I seen the smoke and I had a concern.
They-
Got
they-
up there and I was in the landfill, so then my concerns were a little
Looked good.
less.
Looked good, right? That's what it's supposed to do.
That goes
Yeah,
without.
cause there's a property owner
It's
up
just
in
extra.
the general area, well, a couple of them, and I was concerned that it was them.
Maybe it goes with this.
Boy, that was black smoke.
Mm-hmm. That's,
When I saw that, I told my wife, I said, when you see that, don't worry about equipment, tires and equipment, right? I said, so I'm gonna go up there and see what's going on. Nope, all of our stuff is fine. Okay. I got a tractor in front of us as a kid. Black smoke. We got it out, saved everything.
Hey Shanna, here's this blank. One on the very back here.
Yeah, well, is that the Verizon bill?
It's, looks like the credit card.
Credit card.
Yeah, she'll have to fill that out for each department and charge accordingly. She's not in the office right now. She's.
Oh, okay,
So.
gotcha. So that's what it's waiting for
Yeah,
is,
yep, I'm gonna drop those off at her house tonight.
oh, okay, great, thank you.
so we're gonna trust that she's gonna fill in those exact amounts.
When you're looking at the bill.
Yeah.
It's good we're small.
What's Jean's account number?
Charge the whole bill with Jean's
Yeah.
line items.
Yeah, you heard me, I'm gonna sign them as I get them.
That one can't wait until the next meeting. It's due before.
We know she'll fill them in correctly.
It's an old tone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Means I got a whole week with no dots.
I wish my calendar would put that. I think I put on 90 miles a day just going back and forth. Football practice, basketball practice, pickup, drop off, pickup. No neighbor in Washington City. That's the Wednesday.
Won't last long. Enjoy it. Next thing you know, your hole's gonna be 45 and. You're not even there yet.
Nope.
Jeez. My youngest daughter's 41.
Once you get to these single pages, it
You're
goes
not
a lot
even there
faster.
yet.
I know, you're like, oh, that's it, okay.
Just turned 37 in May. I think 37. But I don't, my brain keeps telling me I'm 25.
Pretty
so.
close to my nephew's age. Right.
Your body does it?
Oh, filter in there.
notice that there's a voucher for Google for $7. Then you go back, there's another voucher for $7. There's two of them. Same thing. Small potatoes, but.
Same date.
So is it pretty
Same
common for
date.
tires to
It's just a copy, so, but there's two.
get destroyed in a fire?
It won't get paid. I haven't heard it twice now. I know for the bill.
I was just gonna say, is it pretty common for tires to go bad on firefighting equipment?
Must have ran over something, that's the only thing.
Oh, that could be. I suppose when you're blazing through and.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
might be something that,
I didn't go through this,
Sometimes
probably
you
should.
have to, little virgin, Google.
Pretty most of
Vigilant?
it,
Yeah, there you go, where you're driving because.
yeah, you kinda gotta pay a little bit more.
Kinda do a disclaimer, I figure if it makes it through 4 commissioners, it's gotta be
And you
done.
don't want it stuck in the middle of
Just
the fire either.
catch a few.
The worst thing.
Catch a few to keep us honest.
Zone. So, yeah.
It doesn't say anything here about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tires there, yeah, $11,000
For
and then,
partial bill.
yeah, it's 5,000 if you pay, but the bill is 11 something. And the phone rings and you wonder what, how come the taxes are what they are, and then, wow. And you don't wanna ruin one of them tires, so.
This must be our fan motors.
I'll let you do the big packet. It ain't so big this time.
Is that old picture of mine?
Is that you, Wayne?
Yeah. How did you catch me again?
Didn't bring my tax statement, I should've.
He was ahead of his time, he had a smartphone.
Yep.
30
Then he got
years
rid of
ago.
it.
Then he got rid of it.
This thing isn't good.
Not a big amount. Need to watch where they drive, huh?
In the landfill, while they're fighting the fire.
Yeah,
That's a challenge.
there's a reason a lot of the equipment there's got tracks.
Yeah, I see that, and then I haul stuff in there and I go, wow, that thing's got tracks on it. And they just send you back here.
This is kind of a bugger.
Oh, this is our, okay.
That one kind of stings.
What's this for?
It's for the bad guy that couldn't afford a lawyer. and he had to pay for it.
For what?
The bad guy that couldn't afford a lawyer. and he
Not a
had
bad
to pay
guy,
for it.
for a court-appointed attorney.
There we go, okay, thank you.
Alleged.
Not all bad.
But you understood.
Other than Marvin's political reference.
take that one out of order, Mark, did you?
Pardon me?
You didn't take that one out of order, you took it from the top.
Uh-oh.
RDO, Amazon.
RDO was in front of Amazon.
Okay, catch me, watch me.
I just glanced out of the side of my eye, and I'm like,
Corner of
wait a
your
minute.
eye.
I'm
and
one
you're
of the
like, whoa,
senior
whoa, whoa.
people here. You gotta watch out for us.
Yeah.
I don't want that office coming after you. Cause I almost did the same thing, cause I went like this and the one came out.
Wait. Put them in order. Okay.
Boy, is that an acronym or not? How do you say that in one word? Wadala?
Not much to contest in that
Is that
one.
it?
No.
Okay.
Only thing you look at is once in a while for tax or something, but phone bill's a phone bill. See if
That
they
it?
call Bermuda or someplace, but you never know that.
You'd see a big charge.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the bills?
I'll move to approve the bills as presented.
Have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Travis?
Aye.
Wayne?
Aye.
Liza?
Aye.
Marvin?
Aye.
Jean, aye. Okay. Pardon? We can do the weed board Can-Am purchase.
Do you wanna come up, or do you want me to just explain it?
You can explain it if you want. We
Okay.
can answer any questions if you have some. if
Okay.
that works for you.
You guys might recall a meeting or so ago, Wayne had brought up the Can-Am purchase for the weed board. Brad and I have had a couple meetings about this, and they are, eligible for a TAG grant, which is $5,000. And, the stipulation on the TAG grant is that, we're responsible for 25% of it, so the $1,250 would be our portion. The Can-Am new runs $10,600. It's available in September, but we do get a 10% discount on that since we're government. So that brings it down to $95.40. And with the government purchase, we also receive the extended warranty on that Can-Am. So with the amount, the 25% with the TAG grant, and then what's left over, the total would roughly be right around $5,800, just a little less, just shy than that. And the budget is $6,000. So Brad asked if I'd bring this back in front of the board. The only stipulation is that we do have to pay the full $95.40 first, and then we have to turn the receipt in with our TAG grant, and then we get reimbursed the rest of it. And with this budget being $6,000, I know that the line item's gonna go over a little bit. That reimbursement's gonna be coming back into the weed board's fund then in just a couple of weeks, so.
What's that, you said tag grant, is it TAG, what kind, say that, how do you?
TAG, yep, TAG.
Okay. Tag grant of 75%, something like that, right?
Yep, 75% of 5,000 is what the grant is.
So after it's all said and done, it would,
After it's all said and done, it'll cost about $5,800, and they do have 6,000 in their budget for
Okay.
For equipment
for
and.
equipment. Yep,
So it would be covered.
yes.
okay, any questions?
And yeah,
Any
Brad
further
and
questions?
Richard are back there if there's any questions, or Wayne.
And this would be for the third Can-Am?
Pardon?
It would be for a third Can-Am, right? Because you already have two,
We
Brad?
have two now.
Mhm.
We don't have as many miles on as we usually do, so it probably wouldn't be a bad time to keep that one instead of trading it. And with another machine around, it's kind of a nice safety blanket. We were down for about 9 days when our power steering went out, and it's kind of tough to get parts nowadays. And 9 days is a lot in the spraying world, it's kind of a short season. Also, we figured we were usually trading every 2 years, and we can extend that now and probably rotate them out to 3 years and use all of them periodically, so we don't mile one up specifically, and I think we can win in the end.
Any more questions? If not, does someone want to make a motion that, to allow the weed board to buy their Can-Am, an additional one?
I move that we purchase the Can-Am per their recommendation.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Great work on getting the grant.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Okay, hearing none. Marvin,
Aye.
Liza,
Aye.
Travis,
Aye.
Wayne,
How about I?
and Gene will vote aye.
And Brad, you can test drive that on my property, on that buckbrush we looked at. No, I'm joking, I'm joking. This is public, better make sure.
Okay, motion passed. You got,
your buck brush
uh,
tested?
green light from the commission. Thank you for coming to the meeting, Richard and
Thank you.
Brad.
Brad.
Brad?
Appreciate it.
Yep. Okay, duplicate warrant, City of Golden Valley, 2960.
I just need a motion to,
Do I have a motion?
Motion to accept that duplicate warrant.
Second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Travis?
Aye.
Liza?
Aye.
Wayne?
Aye.
Marvin?
Aye.
Gene, aye.
I just need your signature on there, please.
Okay. Well, we got 2.5 minutes.
I can be done with this in 2.5 minutes.
Okay, is that the,
Employee compensation.
okay?
I just want to give you guys a handout. This came from Custer Health. Now, I took all the employees' names off of it. It's open records. They send us for the budget. They do this every year. I just want you guys to be aware that this is another way where employee compensation is demonstrated, and they show all the benefits and what the total cost is. And I know we're considering a raise, so I just want you guys to look at this and be cognizant of it, and consider when we do give a raise, what it's actually going to cost us. The second page just shows an employee compensation breakdown, and it shows that, what the fringe benefits actually are. And they're the same ones that are listed on the Custer Health sheet. There was some concern whether some things were benefits or not benefits at our last meeting, so I just thought I'd hand this out, just so you guys are aware that our benefits are quite substantial also as part of our total compensation package. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
No, 1 minute.
We got 1 minute. We got no employees here on the policy.
None of this other stuff in.
Audit report? Do you
I
have-
can cover that in in 1 minute too, if I
Okay.
talk just as fast.
Go ahead.
I talked to our independent auditor, and I asked for, the question I asked is, how is our audit report going to be presented to the board? And he's recommended that we have large screen communication. It saves them travel time, and we can see faces and hear each other, and that is their, as I understood it, that is their method that they would prefer. It would be most convenient for everyone. So I would like to know if there's a way that we can get a large screen when he presents his final audit report, and we can ask him questions and get clarification on things if we have those. And if not, my vote is that we have it in person, that they come here and so we can talk to them. That's what I just wanted to make you guys aware, that we have some choices, and that's it.
Okay, we'll look into that. Okay. First reading of the policy changes, 201, 302, 305, 307, 403.
Policy 201 is to include the number of hours per month benefits eligibility for all employees. When the handbook was redone back in 17, this small section got excluded, and so we're just adding that back in, and it's 0 to 40 hours, you get no paid benefits, 41 to 80, 50%, 81 to 120, 75%, over 120, 100% paid benefits. The employee's vacation sick leave hours may be used towards monthly benefit eligibility. Section 303, vacation benefits. It's to remove vacation benefits will be prorated based on the number of actual hours worked per pay period, and adding employees' vacation hours may be used towards monthly benefit eligibility. Section 305 is to include the new federal holiday of Juneteenth on June 19th. Section 307, sick leave benefits, is to exclude or to strike out sick leave benefits will be prorated based on the actual hours worked per pay period, and include employee sick leave hours may be used towards monthly benefit eligibility. And the last one is 403 paydays, and it states employees hired after the date that this is approved will be required to have paychecks direct deposited. This is the first reading of the policy, and the second reading will be held September 15th at 9:30 here in the boardroom.
I have a question for you, Shannon.
Sure.
Sometimes I don't understand things very clearly. Employee vacation hours may be used towards monthly benefit eligibility. Please explain that for me.
If you decide to go to Europe for 2 weeks and you're taking 80 hours of vacation, the previous line in there that says they'll be prorated based on the actual number of hours worked. So in a month, then you only actually worked 80 hours, so then you fall into only 50% paid benefits.
Got it?
So this is just so you can use your vacation. People build their vacation up sometimes and save it for a longer, so they can take an extended vacation. And this just allows them to accrue or not have to pay as much health insurance in if they're using
Right.
vacation.
Okay.
Just to clean up.
There's no action on that right now,
Nope.
just a reading.
There'll be required action at the next meeting after the second reading.
Yep.
And I don't see any employees in here, so. Should be good.
Okay,
Thank you, Shannon.
Yep.
thank you. Okay, Steiner Road issues, audit, social service treasurer's report. Do we have a treasurer's report?
Yeah, they'll bring one in. We just have to let them know when they want them.
Bring it in now. Yeah,
That's why we need to. I should have clarified when I added them that I want them at a certain time and let them know. They'll be
Well,
here, but
we got 12 minutes, so other than that, we could do some portfolio updates in between.
I'm ready on mine.
Yeah, mine is, I'll start out on a portfolio update. Mine is very brief. Once again, I don't have anything really to report. I was at a Mercer County Economic Development meeting, and there was quite a bit of discussion on alternative, bringing alternative businesses to the county. And then maybe Travis might expound on that. And I got a call from Rick Bauman, Fair Board, and he indicated that there'll be some changes next year, and of course Travis may expound on that also. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Arvin?
Okay, I'll just report a little bit about Custer Health. We had the 5-county joint meeting. Well, I can't remember the exact date, but just a few days ago. I think it was last Thursday. I'm just letting the board know that, and I talked to Erin, their manager down there prior to, and she said other counties were in this predicament too. It's not really a predicament, but I want you guys aware. We did approve, I did approve, per the majority vote of our preliminary budget, that we would give them the levy that they requested. Now, I called her in advance, and she said she understood. I said, this is a preliminary budget. The majority approved it. I'm gonna vote as the majority directs me in favor, but it's not the final budget. It doesn't appear to be an issue. I just want you guys to be aware of that. They do a very good job with their meetings. Their budget information is really clear and concise. It went very well. That's all.
Okay, well, like Gene said, there was a MEC Ed meeting, last week. That board is looking at, taking the lead on doing grants for, various projects that the federal government has, allotted. Was it 300 million for some parts, and there's other monies out there. So MEC Ed is looking at getting a grant writer to assist with that. Applications, I believe, are due like mid-October, so they didn't give us much time. And with every other kind of thing that they've rolled out, they say it's for certain things, but they don't give you exactly what those are yet, but you're supposed to apply within 6 weeks, and so it's kind of the new norm with those programs. As far as the Fair Board, they have another meeting here, I think it's the second Tuesday of September.
14th, I think.
14th, yeah. So that'll be a regular business meeting, and then October 20-something, 26th, I think, is their reorganization. So they'll be doing that. Water Resource Board met second Thursday. They're kind of continuing on with their projects. There's not a whole lot going for this year, but they have some projects planned for next year. And I haven't had a library board meeting recently, so once we have that, then I can report on that again. But that's all I have on updates for my portfolios.
Liza?
Yeah. Just so everybody knows, the LEPC meeting date was changed to September 23rd at 11:45. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but they've changed it now. And then I had the ambulance board, and our biggest discussion was around their health insurance plan that they have. We're gonna be looking at some different options as well, but we just opted to remain the same for now for them. And then they did get their new ambulance, and they said that they are really enjoying it, and it seems to be going very well, and people are appreciative of it. The one that they call Big Bertha, the one that they've been having some trouble with, they had to have it go in again. They think they got the injectors flushed out, and they think it's going well now, and so far so good. It hasn't had any issues since then, so. And of course, they're still looking for people, volunteers and help.
Okay. We'll save Wayne.
Okay.
For a little bit later. Right now, Darby, treasurer's report.
Thank you. Save me for later.
Yeah, Wayne might have more to report. He's got a few things.
Best for last.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
He's got some things going on, so.
Sure he's looking for water like all of us.
Yeah.
Okay, as you'll notice, a big total taxes collected for the month was only $22,692.32. the bottom of the first page. That's how much money in taxes we took in. Also on the first page is your total receipts and your total payments. One's always bigger than the other, but for the most part, our payments outweigh our receipts. And then on the back page, it just sort of is more information for you. And we are working on getting that $795,000 in a CD or in an ICS account is probably, an instant cash sweep is what we're looking at for that.
What term do you usually do on CDs? Is it 12 months, 6 months, or it kind of depends?
Well, most of mine are 12-month.
Okay.
Right now, it doesn't, there's no,
There's no incentive to go any
No.
longer? No, I agree.
I've been getting a lot of long-term stuff, but it just doesn't pay to tie your money up for what little bit you're gaining, so. I just renewed one with, Union Bank for a year for .40, so that's about as good as you can do. So, unfortunately, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the market rate.
Yes. So, and when Kayla and I can get together, we'll get this rescue money in a cash sweep, so we'll do it different. Well, it'll be listed, you know, the one on the front page, we already have some in a cash sweep, but we're gonna have a separate one for that, so we can keep the interests separate and stuff too.
Track it easier.
Yep.
I saw you got out the tax statements, so that's taken care of.
Estimated.
Estimated, yes.
We got them out, yes. 8,900 of them,
How many?
8,900.
89?
8961, I think. So, it's always less than the original tax statements because of the $100. Anything less than $100 doesn't get a notice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's always a little bit, about 1,000 less than December.
Okay.
Okay.
We're right around 10,000 statements.
Okay. I was going, we don't have that many residents, but we have that many landowners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coteau gets a lot.
Property
Coteau
owners.
gets a lot of them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are a lot of people who get more than one. So, anything else?
I don't have anything else.
Nope, I have no further questions.
Appreciate you taking time to come in and.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
thank you, Darby.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Yep.
You can let Wayne give his update.
No, I know Wayne's gonna need a little more time than 3 minutes. He's got a couple things going, unless he makes them really short, but I know he's got an airport thing going on, he's got some, probably some other, road things going on, so.
Gee, you
I
getting
don't
my
wanna-
texts again?
I
or
don't wanna
what?
cut it, I don't wanna cut him off.
Can't get away with nothing.
Just to fill 1 minute, I'll just give you guys a little brief report. I received a phone call yesterday about, when they were putting the rock on the
Gypsy.
chip seal on 200, that they had 2 trucks parked on the county road and nobody could get by. Well, I received a phone call and I called Ken and said, well, that's state, Marv. So I called the guy back and let him know. Oh, he said, I actually talked to a guy standing there, but I couldn't get the trucks moved. I had to go way around. They're just kind of cute that we get some calls that are very easy to handle sometimes.
Pass the buck on that one.
Yeah, I did.
This play in here? Or is it just? Oh, that's what I mean, once again, I can't find it. That's why I got Shanna on my right, left. Gotta have someone keep track of my paper. Yeah, you couldn't have it high enough here.
She gets that big secretary's pay, you know.
We'll give her a button every time.
Oh, I can't believe I had it right there. We need that Jeopardy music.
No,
No?
that's made to cause tension.
How much you wagering, Gene?
So this is you.
Dun, 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 dun. Or shark music.
Yeah.
Okay, Cindy.
Okay, this is an application from James Casper for an approval for a variance from 150 feet to 75 feet from the center of the road and a variance from 50 feet to 5 to 10 feet from the property lines. That's basically on the core line from the 50 feet. By zoning regulations, the agricultural zoning district, the county setbacks from the road right away is 150 feet from the center line of the road and 50 feet from both the side and the rear lot lines. The subject parcel is located approximately 15 miles north of Beulah, and the parcel is 5 acres in size and is described as Tract 2 in the northwest quarter of Section 4, Township 146, Range 87 of the 5th Principal Meridian, Mercer County, North Dakota. And planning and zoning recommended a 75-foot variance from the center of the road and a 25-foot variance from the core land is what they recommended. And Mr. Casper is here with handouts for you.
Thank you, Vicki.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Haven't seen these before.
Pictures, thank you.
I've got all these at home.
Okay, I think we all pretty much understand what the request is. So, any questions for James? Now, then I need anyone want to entertain a motion to allow this variance?
I'll move to approve the variance as listed here that was previously approved by the Planning Commission.
You have a second?
I'll second.
Any more discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I do have some, this topic. I'm on the Planning and Zoning Board also. And typically, the recommendation of our Planning and Zoning Board is very, and this is very valid also. And typically what I'm trying to say is I don't go vote against it. In this particular case, I am going to vote against this acceptance. The reason being is we have county ordinances for setbacks, and they were probably established through lots of discussion and for good reasons. And a lot of it has to do with safety, some of it has to do with road maintenance, snow removal, and that's how we developed the 150-foot setback. And I don't see any reason that, in this case, that we're going to change that setback. This addition is on a curve in the road. It has heavy public use. People are coming in there with campers and boats. Just a lot of traffic. And someplace, and this hasn't been addressed, there's going to want to be an approach on this gravel road. And I'm opposed to, number one, putting an approach there because of safety reasons and all the heavy use of traffic. So I cannot vote in favor of 210801.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, may I make a comment?
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members. First of all, I want to thank the Planning and Zoning
Oh, wait a
Committee
minute.
for
No,
their.
no. We got a motion. That's right. Point of order. Thank you, Marvin. We have a motion and a second. So it's just the commission. Yeah, discussion.
Okay,
Sorry.
pardon me.
Thank you, Marvin, for pointing that out to me. Sometimes even the chairman here needs to be set straight. Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none. Travis?
I'll vote aye.
Liza?
Aye.
Marvin?
Nay.
Wayne?
I'll vote nay.
I'll vote no. Motion denied. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, is there an appeal process available once this decision is made?
Yeah, I don't know of one either.
That'd be something we'd have to, visit with the state's attorney about.
He's not here. We'll ask our state's attorney.
And is there a court process available as well, if you could find out for that?
Oh, what?
Court process.
Yes.
I don't know if we need to find out that. I
I
think
can
that's
find out.
something you'll need to research. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Now we got,
Okay, now we have the solar moratorium extension.
okay,
Okay, so originally the solar moratorium was for 1 year and that was set on March 18th, 2020. And then on February 3rd, the board extended that to not exceed 6 months. And so we're coming up on that 6 months. And to my knowledge, it's nowhere near done, so I'm asking for another extension.
What is the deadline right now?
Well, February 3rd, you guys extended it to not exceed 6 months, so I'm assuming that would mean.
March, April, May, June, July, August. I counted on my fingers.
I would think that means August 18th.
Okay, thank you.
So are we working on an ordinance for solar right now?
Oh,
or
yeah,
what's-
we
okay.
currently don't have one at all. So they started from scratch, and as far as I know, they're not anywhere near done. So I don't even know what to ask you for an extension. When I asked Wes Klein, who's one of the 3 members, he said to make it as long as you guys have for the wind, but I don't know that that's long enough, because I don't know that you have that much longer on the wind, really, right?
Right.
Is there any applications or interest in solar right now in the county?
Yeah, there has been interest for quite some time.
Okay.
That's where we put
But
that.
we don't have
Okay,
any
just-
applications because we have not had an ordinance.
When is the wind up?
That's May
But-
next year, right?
May.
May 20, May
May, I
something, right?
think.
The wind?
Oh, yeah.
It's
The
in May.
moratorium is,
The
the
moratorium.
ordinance is what I'm working on, and that will
Right.
come out by the end of the year.
Is there anything legally that we need to abide by as far as
Can't think of
a
it.
moratorium goes? Any statute of time?
I'm not, you're asking the question, so I'm just gonna answer. In my opinion, there is not. It has been suggested by our previous state's attorney that they don't extend longer than you need to get your work done and get it over with. So that's something that we always have to be cognizant of. Now, that being said, I would like to extend this until the first meeting in May of 2022.
that'd be almost 9 months.
That'll coincide quite, from my quick calculations with our wind ordinance, wind moratorium. Now, 6 months hasn't been enough. If they haven't done anything, I'm not sure 6 months is gonna be enough. But we can make it shorter to try to prompt them to work on it more quickly.
I mean, they have had a few meetings, but I haven't gotten a lot of material back, so. I mean, they haven't brought any to the planning and zoning
That's,
yet.
I could agree with that, if we extend it, we have the deadline May 4th. If there's no, legal precedence on how long we can set the moratorium, but that would coincide with the same deadline on the wind moratorium. And by then, I would strongly request that we have an ordinance in place.
Okay.
I would, if it's all right with the board, I would like to have a letter sent to the people on the solar, letting them know that time is of the essence, and we would like to ensure that we do not extend this again.
And the only reason I'm in agreement with extending it is because I say, let's get a ordinance in place. Otherwise, I would say, let's just end the moratorium. But we need to get this ordinance going, the same with our, well, that's a segue, the
Right.
wind ordinance, but yes. So if, I don't know, how does the rest of the commission feel?
I agree with that.
Marvin and Jean have been doing all the talking on this one.
Well, I mean, when was the original moratorium put in place? Same time as the wind, or?
Yes.
Okay, so making it
May 5th of
coincide.
2020,
Okay.
Yeah.
or
Yeah, and we
May
originally,
6th.
Yeah, the wind was a 2-year, this was a 1-year, is what it started with.
and
Now we're
then
just
for
moving it out.
whatever reason, the wind took precedence,
Mhm.
for whatever reason.
Because there was a request for wind and not for solar at the time.
A stronger one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I think there was still some solar interest at that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, there was.
Yes.
That's why we did it.
yeah, wind was just pushier.
Any other discussion? Okay, does anyone want to entertain a motion to extend the solar moratorium to May 4th of
2022.
2022?
I so move. Extend
Is there a
solar
second?
moratorium, Mercer County solar moratorium extension to May 4th, 2022.
Is there a second?
Second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Marvin?
Aye.
Wayne?
Aye.
Travis?
Aye.
Liza?
Aye.
Jean, aye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Cindy.
Yes.
Wayne seconded.
Yes, Wayne did.
Marvin and Wayne, yep. M and W.
Sounds like somebody's livestock brand. Flip-flop.
Update on purchase of lake lots. That one, what's that?
Don't know that.
Pardon? I think it'd be, yeah, it should be okay. Okay, Vicky?
I just have a couple comments. As you know, taxes are up in the county, and a lot of you are concerned about, at least I've heard from landowners myself, and we have a leased trailer at Blue Water Ridge, and so we spend some of our summer here. And one of the reasons I became a real estate agent was because I'm concerned about how hard it is for young families to find places at the lake. The Corps of Engineers has been taking away docks and taking away access, and the Corps of Engineers has not been friendly to people who are seeking to find a place at Lake Sakakawea. So because I have about 40 years' experience with that, I decided I would try to help. So this last year I've been showing property in Mercer County, and I just thought I'd share some things that I think could maybe soft suggestions or help you. One would be, I think you need a strategic plan for Lake Sakakawea. The lots up there, irregular shapes. I disagree respectfully with your Commissioner Schwer that the setbacks were set logically. They don't work for lake lots, and you are losing business to the northern county. Lake lots are cheaper and more available on the other side of the lake. I've had retirees from Bismarck, Wyoming, Colorado come here and want to locate in Mercer County, and you're not as friendly. And I think that's a concern for me, because it restricts young families from also trying to locate. The more availability we have, and right now there's a shortage, and so the price is high and young families can't get in. But I think the more that you're willing to work, like for example, you just turned down a potential lot. There is not a safety issue there, in my opinion. There, you have all kinds of curves. I could show you pictures of curves. You've just put access points on a lot of curves in your county. And I could debate that, but I'm not going to. But I would suggest for the strategic plan that you join with the other lake counties, and the state has probably some money going into the next session. If you join with the other lake counties, look at asking for Lake County road money. At one time, the state had set aside $5 million, and I think you could ask for something like $50 million with a 90-10 split. Counties do 10, state does 90. The state wants to encourage tourism up at the lake. The state has a big thumb of undeveloped land at Pick City. What about a hotel there? You could ask for, could we get a Best Western, a Comfort Inn, or something at Pick City? And there's things that you could do as county commissioners and say, we want to do more with our lake, but the state needs to also be our partner in this, because you can't expect that just the county is going to fund this. And I think the state has plans for, or the state is expecting 250,000 tourists to come to the Presidential Library when that's built in Medora. They also want them to experience North Dakota. And so I think you're sitting on a multi-million-dollar shore. But unfortunately, I've been in planning and zoning 6 or 7 meetings, and there's some frustration on your planning and zoning. They don't have guidance from you. They don't know if their job is to always say no, because the setback from the core fence, Mercer County set it at 50 feet. On this particular lot here that we just discussed, there's no neighbor to the north. There's no neighbor on the other side of the core fence. It's grass, beach, lake. So why would you have to be 50 foot back? Well, the core lady had told the chairman she would appreciate it if he would hold tough on the 50 foot. She has a zero, the lady we talked to at the core said there's a 0 setback on the core fence. So you could have set it for 5 feet, 10 feet. That would have really made a difference for this particular irregular shaped lot. And your chairman said we need to go with what the core wants. And I would ask you in the strategic plan, really look at what the core is doing and how is that impacting your taxable valuation. The more places and more people you can bring to experience Lake Sakakawea, the less tax burden for the rest of us. And I know you don't do it on a whole scale project, you're just doing it piece by piece by piece, but it's just something you could think about. So I think all this, all the new taxable valuation that's out there that's possible should be something that's seen as a positive. I know when Widener Bay had their picnic last week, Bronson's and Jerry at Ace Hardware and the liquor store in Beulah, they all gave gift certificates and said, thank you so much. Our businesses really do well with the lake business that you bring. So today you rejected a potential lake lot for reasons that we didn't get to debate, but planning and zoning approved it. And I know planning and zoning, they probably could use some guidance from you. And I just wanted to make some comments that you have a beautiful county and people want to retire here. Unfortunately, there just aren't as many properties for the buyers. And I've seen them go to Lake Audubon and to McLean County lately. And I just wanted to make a couple comments because I think there's things that we can do. And I know a strategic plan is time consuming. If you'd like me to take charge of it or help the community or get a community committee together, I'd be willing to help in any way I could, because I just don't know what else to do for these young families and to try to help them. So if you have any ideas for me, I'd appreciate it. And I'm at Home and Land Company. I've got my cell phone out there. You can call me anytime. And I'd be willing to work on this to help you with some of your setbacks and things.
Okay, thank you. Road issues. Ken? Good morning.
Ken?
Do we have some road issues?
No, just forgot, I think it's October 5th in Bismarck at the Nadako. Is that the?
Do you have your time?
Yeah, it's at 9:45.
Do you want to explain what that is so that
Yeah,
what time did you say? I'm sorry.
9:45,
At the Nadako meeting?
correct,
On Monday?
on Tuesday,
Tuesday,
October 5th.
okay.
And that goes over the county federal aid program, the 2022 through 2026. And then we meet with the North Dakota DOT, Brian Fuchs, Paul Benning, and I can't remember the gal's name that are usually in that meeting. And usually it's, I know Wayne usually attends, and like last couple of years Dwight came, so I'm assuming Marv would come since he's in my portfolio. Because I think you gotta be careful too, you can't have more than a
Right,
couple
we
in
don't
there.
want more
'Cause
than two, otherwise we're gonna
have a
to
quorum.
have a quorum, yeah.
Right. But, yeah, it's at the Civic Center, right?
Yep. At the event
Okay.
center.
If it's a county conference, does that?
No,
I was just gonna say,
For this particular meeting, though, I do, like, the county conference is a conference as a whole, but I think this particular meeting is gonna require an open meeting, like a notice, because it's specifically discussing Mercer County business. Like, when you're going to the conference, you're not sitting there as a forum specifically discussing Mercer County business. Somebody can check on that, but I'm pretty certain that the DOT meeting, as long as I've been the auditor,
Yeah,
we've
it's
only
usually
had
on.
2 commissioners there because of
Wayne.
the open meeting law.
And this is just for Mercer County?
It's just with, yep, it's just the DOT and just.
Well, they take each county, but
Yep.
when we're in there, it's just Mercer County. right?
At that specific time, it's
Right.
just Mercer County.
okay, that makes sense.
Each county, so to speak, has a different time frame
Right.
allotted?
Okay.
Okay,
It's just a quick 15-minute meeting.
okay.
Yeah,
I've done some checking with, as Travis was saying, that for educational reasons, for these type conferences, typically it's not required. I'm going to honor what Shanna's asked. I'll pull up that statute, which I have it very readily available, and I'll send it to her, and she can mail it to all the commissioners. And
Yeah,
it-
I just wonder, just because it's just specific to Mercer County, if it falls differently.
Understand. We had, go back on this here. I wanted to present some budget meeting just for Mercer County, have NADACO present their budget presentation. And if we would have stuck just to that discussion and had that training, we all could have been here without violating the open meeting law. That happened 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So, and that's where I'm basing my thoughts on. But I am gonna send it to Shanna, and then she'll mail it out, and we'll go from there.
I think we'll just kind of agree as a commission, we'll just have 2 people go, and that way we don't have to worry about it, right? So even when we're down there, if I walk up and I see Travis and Marvin sitting in there, I'll just walk away type deal.
Okay.
Probably we'll make it a first come, first serve, whoever gets there.
Who's gonna raise the DOT meeting?
Yeah, who's gonna race there? But that being said, we gotta make sure at least someone's there.
Yeah.
Oh, we got, depend on Ken to be there.
Okay. Anything else, Ken?
our chip seal projects, been trying to get this, it was Aztec that has awarded it, and Charlie finally got a hold of them yesterday, and they gave us a date of September 9th is when they're gonna start. And that would be, the roads that they're gonna do is County 20 by the county shop south of Beulah there. And then County 26 up to the west of County 21 by the Y there, all the way past the gas plant and to that where we paved that 26 west of 15 west of the gas plant, and then Beaver Bay. Those will be the 3 chip seal projects starting September, hopefully starting September 9th. That's when they gave us the date. Got to be careful with temperature, because that temperature, the surface temp has to be 60 degrees or more, so.
And a rain
Like I
shower.
say, they're kind of cutting it close,
Rain,
but.
a rain shower is gladly seen, but at that time isn't the best.
That's right.
So, and then the last thing is, deals with this federal aid program, and that's, we have that bridge project up there north of Golden Valley. And that's what we tentatively have planned for next year's project. And this just tells you, we got $259,241 for 2022, and we would have in that federal aid fund $1,117,760. And that's what, when we meet with the DOT, that's what we're gonna discuss, is this bridge project, and if we have any other upcoming projects. And that's what, more or less what that meeting's about on federal aid.
And then if I could just get a motion on
Sure.
to
Right.
approve it.
And then I'll have to have Gene sign it.
Ken, I'd like you to clarify what you just talked about with that federal aid meeting.
Approve this federal.
The reason I'm asking is we also have some COVID money. that we could-
That's not part of this. I mean, there's like, I think it's 82,000 we have with
Right.
that COVID.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, we can use that up until 2024, I think is what what the conditions are on that. So, and there's some different guidelines too on what we can use too. So we're trying to figure that out too. If we can use it on this bridge or if we can use it on a paving project, I don't know, but we're trying to find out. But we got until 2024.
So then
See.
how about the township funding that we just received for 326,000? What are the stipulations on that?
I haven't heard.
Because that was deposited last week already. Okay, well, we'll have to dig into that.
Right.
I think I kind of mentioned that with the government programs. They're throwing money out, but nobody knows what to do with it.
Right, and there's so many different stipulations too.
Yeah, so you wanna be careful not to
Right.
use it for something, we're
Right.
gonna be in
And it's
trouble.
not gonna be reimbursed, yeah.
Yeah,
So you needed a motion for
So-
what?
The county federal aid program.
Right, so if I word this right, we need a motion to participate in the federal,
County federal aid program.
county federal aid program. Would that be correct, wording it right? Okay. And now wouldn't that be, well, we'd want to do that, would we not?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So,
Yeah.
definitely.
so do I have a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman. And that's the span from 2022 to 2026, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Wayne?
I'll vote aye.
Liza?
Aye.
Travis?
Aye.
Marvin?
Aye.
Jean, aye. Did I sign this? No, I'll sign both here.
I'll just make a copy for myself and send this
There,
on in.
you guys can decide. Okay,
Is Charlie going to that meeting with you?
Yes.
Okay.
I am supposed to send this in, aren't I? Or you just take it with you?
We just take it with us.
So I don't need to send it to
No,
Sarah?
no.
Okay.
We'll just take this with us and we hand it to them that day, so.
Okay.
okay. That it?
That's all I got.
Any questions of Ken?
Did we ever talk to Coteau about?
Yes, I forgot about
20
that. Yes, I talked to Ryland and they do not plan to go across 26. They do not.
Okay,
They're gonna use that crossing that they did right there, you know, with that concrete crossing and then I suppose their haul bridge that they have, but they do not plan on, I think they're gonna mine on both sides of it, but not go
not
through it.
relocate it, okay.
Right.
Well, that's a big amen, because
Yeah.
that particular road has a double overlay on there. Nelson, back in the days, they could go down 26 and down the Zap Road on 13, or hit 200 to detour from going south. So it's a beefy road.
Yeah.
So,
I just didn't wanna invest.
well, this
chip
is,
seal and stuff if they were gonna tear
Right,
it.
oh, I agree.
yes,
Right.
Would be the point.
yes.
Well, I know there was talk that they were gonna, and then all of a sudden.
They were talking,
Yes,
yes.
they were, yep. And that
So-
kinda changed, I guess, so,
Good
So-
change.
Yeah, we'll proceed as
right.
kind of what the plan was and then,
Yeah, put it out on bids, see what they come in at from there.
Any update on the bridge down south?
The bridge down south, Viant, they were up and measured those I-beams that we're gonna use to put underneath to measure, to lift that up, to make sure cause they're estimated, Charlie found out right around 80,000 pounds is what the bridge engineer is thinking what that thing weighs, the top of the bridge, the deck. So, that crane guy has to figure out how much he has to, how much of a crane he needs to get that off. So,
Sure.
but like I say, he was at the shop, not yesterday, but the day before, when we had that thunderstorm, he was there measuring those I-beams, so,
Okay. Okay.
but. Yeah, these bridges, like Wayne said, they're really getting stickly on these things, but, I mean, we gotta have good infrastructure. Hopefully, the federal government gives us more money to work with, because we're not the only county that are having issues like this, I mean, so.
this is probably nationwide,
Oh,
this is
yeah,
not
it is. It's not just
localized to
here.
North Dakota.
That's what I've heard. There's lots of bridges getting aged.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Just like the rest of us.
We're all-
Yeah, I need more and more work too. Okay, thank you, Ken.
Thank you, Ken.
Okay, Shanna, county policies on the government accounting standards.
Okay, these 4 policies, were emailed to me last week from our state auditor, and they are templates that they had, already developed the policy, and they just, a lot of these things, we do these, but we never have anything ever in
Writing.
form. So it's basically
Yep.
just a formality to get these policies, adopted for Mercer County. And I gave them to everybody in advance, I'm hoping that you all had time to review them.
Yep.
So
I did.
that's,
Basically, we've been more or less practicing those, just haven't put it in official form. And it was suggested that we do. Any questions on them? Well, hearing none, do I have a motion that,
I have a question for Shanna. Does this follow underneath other policies where this would be the first reading? Or can we just
nope,
adopt
this
this?
is I spoke with the policy committee. This isn't gonna be policies that are actually in our policy handbook because they're not
Just-
employee relations. They're more so, based actually upon, mostly in my department. So it's just gonna be a policy, that the county has adopted, but it's not gonna be in the policy handbook per se. It's just gonna be my.
right, and then if there's, even if there's something we would want to change, we can always do that.
Yeah,
This is
that's right.
just,
And
right,
as laws change and different things
Right,
happen throughout the
right.
years, they're gonna need to be updated at some
Updated.
point. But, the basics was just to get these in a written format for some.
So we didn't make any changes or changes to them, this is what was emailed to us?
Right, the only thing that was changed was Mercer County typed in there.
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, they
And-
actually said that if we recommended changes, they would like to review those before we
Yeah.
adopted them, so.
Exactly, that's why.
And normally when I deal with policies and stuff, we have set dates where we have to review them, just to ensure that we are catching any law changes or anything like that. Would that be something that we could do, Shannon?
Yeah,
Say, like,
absolutely.
annually or biannually or something, we review them? Okay.
Do we normally review policies annually?
We review policies as things have come up and as law changes happen.
Okay.
They go to the policy committee if it has to do with employee relations. Otherwise, obviously, when we get audited from here on out, these policies will be
Also
reviewed.
reviewed, okay.
Yeah.
So then I don't know if it's an answer to Liza's concern that basically it would be about every 2 years they would get reviewed anyway. Okay,
Where are
I just
the-
wanted to make sure that we would catch anything that may come across, because sometimes new laws come through and it's
Yep.
hard to remember what goes where, so.
I can't believe everything changes.
okay, any other discussion on these policies? Well, do I have a motion to adopt these policies?
I'll move to adopt these policies as presented.
Do I have a second? Oops, I wrote down the wrong name already. Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Travis?
Aye.
Marvin?
Aye.
Wayne?
Aye.
Liza?
Aye.
Jean, aye. Well, we'll take, since, geez, here we go, stumbling on a name, he's not here. Or is he gonna show up?
Jim?
Give us a report on the social service building?
I guess, or we could,
He
Well-
gave us that letter.
I guess, I mean,
Or do we just,
if Wayne wants to fill you in.
I can fill you in a little,
Okay.
little bit. I was waiting for that on my report, but it's all right.
oh, you'll get your chance. You get to finish us out with your,
Anyhow, as you've seen the letter from Jim there, long and short.
Jim.
We had social service the other, last week, I believe, yeah, Thursday. But Steve said they're gonna be done by Labor Day. Well, they are. Jim said they've been moving things out. And so the building eventually here is, we have items in there that Jim had mentioned that you wanna probably talk to other entities if they have a desk or something that they would be looking at. I mean, social service is basically done with it. So, the only other thing, I visit with Jim this morning here is the telephone system, and Steve's gonna have to get a hold of Beck, because the phones still go through all of there, or it rings there, and then it goes to the, whoever, yeah, or whoever, you know, it's say you call Sandy or somebody, whoever it's supposed to go to, but it goes through here yet. Well, if we have the building, that's gonna have to get flipped over to McLean County, as you were saying, so there's a little progress there that's gonna have to be done by Beck, I believe. Then,
Well, they have their phone numbers here forwarded, right, to different individuals?
yeah,
Okay.
different, yeah, but it does have to go through here yet, so
Yeah.
we gotta get that changed.
We actually don't pay for any of that.
No,
That all comes back to us in direct costs as a county. So they pay for McLean County gets all the bills for both the West River lines over there
right,
and the Beck lines. Jim's biggest concern, I think, is that they're using the VPNs from there to do their at-home work. And so if we shut that down, how?
That shouldn't be going through here.
But it is, the caseworkers and the social workers that live in Mercer
oh,
County.
there he is, yeah.
It's going through our building, and then it's hooked to the fire alarm and the panic button.
Yeah,
Those VPNs, that's state, right?
Yep. Yes. But we have, our buildings each have so many allotted to us through ITE.
Okay,
Did I say that right, Jim? They're still using, the VPN for all their at-home work?
Yeah, the phone system's all hooked to that.
so that,
So that needs to be transferred.
that needs to be transferred over to like we had visited, that's gotta go over to Washburn or someplace. I mean, you can't have, can't have the building set in there, our building, but there's still, that's just the process that's gotta happen yet.
okay, I think all we need to do is ask Steve if that's been taken care of.
Yeah,
And,
Or how soon it will be taken care of,
or,
right,
if it hasn't yet.
and because my knowledge of all that,
sometimes it's kinda slow.
it doesn't go, you could remove all this equipment and everything should be fine.
Oh.
But, let's see, I'd be wrong today. Be the first time since 10.
Okay,
But yes, let's get an answer from Steve on that, that would all be taken care of. Basically, if we remove all the equipment or have it removed,
Yeah.
that everyone will still function,
right,
okay? And then there's the property, the real property over there. There's desks and chairs and cabinets and what to do with those. My suggestion would be if there's any county employees here that would have a use for some of it, let them take it. And if they have a use in their office, if there's such thing as it would upgrade their chair or upgrade their desk,
yeah.
then we don't have to go through the what's the word for it, disposal of it, disposition of it. And then whatever's left over, I suppose we'll just have some kind of public silent auction or something, however we're allowed to dispose of the property. If it's sealed bids, that's my understanding, it'd be sealed bids, but
Unless you're gonna freshen up your auctioneer voice, we can auction it too.
someone else can auctioneer.
Do it, you're 50.
Wayne just volunteered.
Yeah, yeah.
So then I think,
That would be my suggestion. There's 4 other commissioners.
in utilities, we need to decide, and the fire inspection.
Well, the utilities, we could probably turn the water off at the curb stop.
Yeah.
Pardon?
I was thinking of just turning the main valve off inside. That way, we should still probably, we're gonna have to clean toilets, et cetera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once
Yeah.
in a while.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gotta
We're
run,
still gonna have the minimum base fee regardless whether you turn
Turn.
it on or not.
okay. Well,
And
then
then-
we can do that.
and
Uh,
right.
Power, we have to leave the power on.
Yeah, and, right, and he'll need water to fill up those P-traps in order to get a water seal, so there's gonna have to be some water in there.
What's the heating system over there?
It's a propane, yeah.
So we can just turn that down to like, what, 50 degrees or something like that? Yeah, that would be my suggestion, is turn it way down, 55 or, so, because if where does the water come up in, internal, way inside or on an outside wall?
In that southwest corner.
On an outside wall?
No, it's,
Oh, okay. Well, where I'm going with this is if we wouldn't want to turn the heat down too far, because then
Freeze the water.
if it's on an outside wall, it could possibly freeze. But I think we could definitely turn that down to like 55 or something.
Are we not entertaining trying to sell this place anymore?
It's for sale.
Oh, okay, so we haven't had any bites on it, is what you're saying?
I might get shot for mentioning this, but like the sheriff's department over here, you know, they have staff that's downstairs and this and that, and their, the desks that they have in front there is just a little miniature type desk. Maybe they would look at, for time being, kind of utilizing this building.
Do you think that would work with the jail being over here, though?
Well, you know, there's a vault over there for drugs and that type of thing. I don't know, but all I know is at the end of the day, when the building's gone, it's gone, and we know how that happens. Then later on, they go, well, why did they sell that? So I was just throwing some seeds out there. I don't know if this could be workable or not workable, but the facility's sitting there. That's the question.
Oh, you have a reasonable concern, Wayne.
Yeah.
We could probably
I don't know.
ask the sheriff if he would have any use for it.
You want to kind of visit with him, see
I
what
can.
he, because we got to know kind of where our plan is, not for today and tomorrow, but, you know, down 5 years down the road. I hate to sell something that we could have utilized, and then we sit here and we won't get another building. It's just not going to happen. So,
Yeah, that falls, I know, now I'm just gonna be sarcastic, that falls under the, if we could all see in the future.
yeah.
But, yeah, I'll talk to our sheriff and see if he would have an interest of being able to use it at all or not. Other than that, I don't really know of any other department that would, benefit from moving over there or making use of it.
And we'll
And
just continue to have it for sale, I imagine.
Yeah, I think most of our county officials know that it's available, so if they would have had some interest, they should have let us know by now. So it's out there. I mean, I guess we can say if anyone has any interest, let us know. But other than that, I would say we proceed with disposing of the property. Because we have no one actively wanting to purchase it right now, so.
So are we interested in dumping the dumpster fee and turning off the electricity?
We can't turn off the electricity.
Yeah, we can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you did. Did you read Jim's letter?
I'm interested in the
But
dumpster
how's-
fee, but not the electricity.
So how's the furnace gonna run?
How is furnace gonna run?
Even though it's propane, it still needs electric.
Right. Jim wrote it right there.
Well, no, we're not turning off the electricity.
So at least the dumpster, get rid of
We can get rid of the dumpster. Base fee, this we still have to pay, this we still have to pay, and the electricity needs to stay on.
And then just let me know when Steve's got all his stuff out of there, and,
Okay.
I don't,
Those records over there, I don't know what,
I suppose I'll have to go through them.
there's minutes and there's financial stuff from back in the forties.
well, they say they're moved out,
Yeah.
and that's social service documents.
Board minutes and
County board minutes?
financial,
Also,
Worcester County board minutes?
I think so, I didn't look at them, I don't
Oh,
know, can I keep them or what he did.
well, I probably should look at it.
I was just gonna say, maybe our auditor can look, and if it's nothing to do with the county, Steve should,
'Cause we,
see that he has them destroyed if he wants. Other than that, I don't know why it'd be our obligation to do anything specific with them other than toss them. You know, why is it our obligation?
Did you get the key from the vault room yet, from Steve?
What's that?
Did you get the key for the vault room from Steve yet? Okay,
I don't know if he left the key there, but I know it's open.
okay. So the only other thing we need to address is the panic button fire alarm inspection that's supposed to be coming up.
fire, ex-
Panic button and fire alarm is, they're paying for that phone line, is what he told me. And until they decide what they're doing with the phone lines, they're
Oh.
paying for it, so.
okay.
But whether you wanna keep it in force after they close it, I don't know, that's. The only thing it does, if there's a fire, the fire alarm goes off and tells our dispatch. Without that, you don't have that.
Not a bad thing if they're paying for it.
So this cost though of a $550 a year is just an inspection of the
That's for
system?
inspection. So we have the fire alarms and panel inspected once a year, you have to do that. But with the building vacant, I don't know if you wanna continue with that, or, it's due, the new contract comes in the end of October, so. If we wish to do it again, then I'd have to renew it, and then it'd be done in November.
We're not required since it's vacant?
Not if it's vacant, I would think.
Well, we have insurance on the building,
Yeah.
and
I think that's just if you got employees in the building.
my only question would be, so this costs us $555 a year for this service. Is our insurance gonna go up $700 if we don't have this in there? I mean, if this doesn't affect our insurance, then I'd say
I don't think that it would.
sometimes alarms do, but I doubt if it affects it by that dollar amount. So I would say, yeah, just have it discontinued. And the, internet switches, that's, we gotta let IDT. Basically, Steve should have, taken care of all that.
Yeah,
He needs to,
yeah.
we need to, I guess we need to tell him that that since he vacated the building, anything left in there, he needs to dispose of or make sure it's, taken care of, because we're gonna have it in a, short of words, we're gonna have it removed.
Do you think we should give them a deadline and say if it's not out or not taken care of by such and such date?
I think
All right.
would agree with that.
We could, like, by December 31st or something like that, gives them plenty of time. We don't like the 31st.
60 days.
Yeah,
I think that would just be wise to have just a deadline for it, so that way we're not constantly coming back and forth. Has it been done yet? Is it done? What do we do and stuff? I think it's just better to have it
Okay.
clear.
so who relays all this information to him? Jim? Who's been in contact with Steve?
Them too. Both of them, yeah.
So are you okay letting them know we want it all taken care of by December 30th?
December?
What did I say?
That was at 60 days.
Oh,
I suggested
Marvin
60
said
days.
60.
I don't care.
November 1st.
Yeah, tell them, get it out of there.
You and I will get something drafted on.
I
I
can
would say if we
see,
could send them a letter, I think that would be
You
appropriate.
and I can write them.
right, I can see this in the paper. Tell them to
Okay.
get it out of it.
All right. Anything else for the meeting?
Did,
Yeah.
We have Wayne's portfolio.
Oh,
I have a.
Wayne.
Yeah, I have a question for the board too.
Okay, go ahead.
Something just crossed my mind. When I was on planning and zoning, I'm looking at this map that they showed us.
Right,
Careful.
yeah.
All I wanted to say is, if my memory serves me correct, they also own this land on the other side of the road.
Right. Yes? Don't go any further.
Thank you. I just want you guys, and then I'll bring it up to planning and zoning.
Okay. Wayne, portfolio updates. I know where you're going. Don't.
Okay, visit, again, a little bit, Jim didn't mention it, but I think Chip moved to state up a little bit, his hunting. Anyhow, things didn't quite turn out, so he might be starting earlier, he thought in October here. And he will do the store first and take care of that and then see how it'll work with that common wall thing and what all he has to do there. So that's probably good news. And I don't have a whole lot of update on the airport, but they are, progress is in order there, and they milled it, and they're doing sub-basin and all that good stuff.
And the cattle guards on the
Oh.
county road were taken care of.
Yes, we got the cattle guards taken care of. There's a little welding to be done, but I didn't have a portable welder, so.
Okay.
But it's just, it's set in there, it's just one piece is broke, but, so that's taken care of, yes.
There's a road on the west side of the airport property that was put in because the airport was extended. And there's cattle guards there, and they were filling up with, this is besides the cattle guards south of Beulah. This is a different subject or a different problem. And the airport authority went out there and cleaned them out.
Yeah, it goes on to Marsette's down there, and there were, the wings were kind of beat up, I guess. I don't know if it was, I didn't quite get, I guess I should have asked, I don't know if the road people go in there or if our maintenance, to keep that road open, because it's not their road, so it's one of them, either that department or our department, so. But, so that's, yeah, that was taken care of, and yeah, then, social service building, like we covered that. And, the only part, maybe a little bit on the weed board, the chemical is going out. They are looking, because they did get found out that it, of course, naturally going up. So they're gonna do inventory, what we have on hand and what we don't. And they very likely will be ordering a couple more pellets in to make sure that they don't, some of this product runs out and you can't get it back in, which is bad, because when we don't wanna be caught in that sector. We wanna have the product there so it goes out to the farm and ranchers. So I think that's it.
Well, and then there was a county road issue right north of town, and that's being
Oh,
addressed.
yeah, there was irrigation gun that's shooting out on our county road, and I talked to the main man that owns that, and he was gonna address that, and you might have got some calls, I don't know. Oh, but anyhow, yeah, on 18, the gun would shoot out on the road, and they're making a little bit of a mess out there, and they can set those, so.
Yeah. I got a call from a citizen out there, and they were concerned about the irrigation system
Okay.
spraying on the road.
Yeah,
And they said it was a substantial amount of water causing road issues. That's what the discussion here is. And Wayne said that he talked to the landowner, and it's gonna be addressed, so. Okay,
Okay.
Anything else?
I think that's it. Unless you got a question for me, but,
No.
okay.
Is anybody else? Okay, meeting adjourned.
Oh,
That was
Too late.
too late. I could see that. Too late, Travis.
So how many more are you gonna attend, Ren?